It's Chow fun night. The thing that takes the longest is marinating the meat. 30 to 60 minutes. I just put it in a baggie. This is super thinly sliced. Great tip, put it in the freezer for 5 minutes. You can shave it. You want about a pound of flank steak or thin cut boneless sirloin steaks. And I combined that with a couple of tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of light soy sauce. A tablespoon per pound of a little cornstarch, a teaspoon per pound of baking soda. It's the crispy factor that you're working on there with those ingredients. And then if you want it very spicy, this is ground Sichuan pepper. Or if you want it a little milder, you can use ground white pepper. What we need to do first is start browning the meat in batches and bring a large pot of water up to boil to cook the pasta. Read the directions. These guys will have very different cooking times. This one's 5 minutes. This one's a fresh pasta, may cook in less. This Italian pasta would take 10 to 12 at least. So read your directions to bring your noodles to life. So for the meat, I'm getting the oil hot, but I didn't have it on high. We're going to use high temperature cooking oil. And of course you can make this with chicken breast if you prefer. Or thinly sliced pork. We're making beef chow fun. You could make it with shrimp as well. Or you could mix up meats and make chow fun house style with multiple proteins. We're gonna take a 1/4 cup per pound of dry sherry or Shaoxing. This is rice wine, Chinese style rice wine. 3 tablespoons each per pound of the light soy sauce and the dark soy sauce. And approximately 2 tablespoons of our dark sesame oil, toasted sesame oil. And 2 sprinkles or about 2 teaspoons of superfine sugar, brown sugar, or honey. Any or all. That's our sauce base. Okay, I'm running my knife through the last baby bok choy here. I used 3 per pound. Let's go back to the meat. Get the last of it out of the pan. Now I was cooking over very high temp, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna turn that down just a tiny bit, still super hot. I'm gonna add a little more of that high temperature cooking oil because the pan's now bone dry, okay? And we're going to add our bok choy and chilies if you're using them. And back a little, can spatter a touch. And wilt that down. And I think we can add our noodles now. Ginger and garlic go in. All right, once we get our bok choy tender crisp and it wilts like this, that's when you add the sauce. And all the meat. And now we're just hanging and waiting on the noodle. I'm gonna use the skillet to serve, but it's not big enough to toss all of this food together. So what I'm gonna do is take the noodles, drain them, and immediately, while still wet with some of that starchy liquid, dump them right back in there so we get the benefit of the extra liquid. Add all of the beef. Add half of our sprouts, half of our green onion, half of our watercress. And now we can put a little more for mixing in as we serve. The watercress, the green onions, a few more sprouts, my last little tiny bit of edible flowers. And sesame oil means sesame seed sprinkles.